Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 9, Introduction to C++. See, in this video we are going to discuss about the different data types in C++. So we are going to discuss about the C++ data types. So data types are classified into three types. Data types are classified into three types. So what are they means? So first one is fundamental data type, then next derived data type, and then third one is user defined data type. Third one is user defined data type. So what is mean by fundamental data type? Fundamental data types already we discussed, the data types which are defined, which are predefined in C++. The data types which are already predefined in C++ are called fundamental data types. Fundamental data types can be otherwise called as atomic data types or built-in data types. Fundamental data types can be otherwise called as atomic data types or basic data types or built-in data types. We can say built-in data types or atomic data types. There are three classifications are there in fundamental. There are three classifications of fundamental data types are there. What are they? Integral, void and floating point. The fundamental data types are classified into three. What are they means? Integral data type, void data type and floating point data type. And then when you go for derived data type, what is mean by derived data type? Derived data types are the data types which are derived from the fundamental data type. Derived data types are the data types which are derived from the fundamental data type. It comes from the fundamental. It comes from the fundamental data type. So that's why they are called as derived data types. Is there any classifications are there for derived data type? Yes. The derived data types are classified into four. What are they? Array, function, pointer and reference. What are the derived data types are there? What are the derived data types? The derived data types are array, function, pointer and then reference. So like that we have another data type called user defined. So already we studied in the last video. What is user defined data type? User defined data types are the data types which are defined by the user. The user creates his own data type. The user creates his own data type is called user defined data type. What are the user defined data types? Is there any classifications are there in user defined? Yes. The user defined data types are classified into four. What are they? Structure, union, class and enumeration. User defined data types are classified into four. What are they? Structure, union, class and enumeration. So first let us take the fundamental data type. Let us take the fundamental data type and then we can discuss about the what are the different fundamental data types are there. But before discussing about data type, we want to understand about the variables. Without understanding the variable, you cannot study about data types. So in order to understand the working of data type, we need to know about variables. So what is mean by variable? See the definition. The variables are the user defined, that is variables are the named memory locations to hold the values of specific data type. See, the variables are defined only by the user. The variables are defined only by the user. But what is the definition they are saying? The variables are the named memory locations. So variables are given names. Why? Because the data will be stored in the memory location. The data will be stored in the memory boxes. The data will be stored only in the memory boxes. So each and every memory box is identified through the variable name. Each and every memory box is identified through the variable name. So that is what they are saying. The variables are the named memory locations. Variables are the named memory locations to hold the values. So we already know that variable is used to hold the value. So memory locations to hold the values of specific data type. So compulsorily whenever we store the data, we want to specify the data type. Whenever we store the data in the variable, each and every variable should be specified with the data type. Can you understand, students? Again I repeat, variables are defined by the user. Variables are always defined by the user, right? What is the definition of variable? Variables are the named memory locations. So each and every variable will occupy a particular memory. Why it occupies a particular memory? Because the memory is used to store the data. The memory is used to store the data. Variable is used to hold the data. So that particular data will be stored in the memory. Can you understand, students? The variables are the named memory locations to hold the values of specific data types. So whenever we are storing the data, we want to specify what kind of data we are going to store. So we want to specify the data type of the variable. We want to specify the data type for the variable. In C++, variables should be declared explicitly with their data types before they are actually used. So before storing the data in the variable, we want to explicitly declare. So what is mean by declare? Declare in the sense, we are giving information to the compiler. That I am going to use a variable of this particular data type. I am going to use a variable that belongs to this data type. So we are explicitly informing the C++ compiler that I am going to use this particular variable of this data type. So we are informing to the C++ compiler. So that is what they are saying. In C++, the variables should be declared. The variables should be declared explicitly with their data types. Variables should be declared explicitly with their data types before they are actually used. So before using the variable, we want to specify the data type. Then, okay, we want to declare the variable. I can understand, sir. So how to declare the variable? Whether any syntax is there? So just to give the syntax, how to declare the variable. Yeah, one boy will ask or one girl will ask about how to declare a variable. Right. So we are going to see the syntax with the example. What is the syntax for declaring a variable? So is there any rule? Yes, we want to follow this rule. Data type space, we want to give the variable name. So data types should be specified. Then we want to leave some space, and then you want to specify the variable name. So data type space variable name. After the variable name, you want to give semicolon. Why? Because each and every C++ executable statement should be terminated by semicolon. So data type space variable name semicolon. Now let us see the example. See the example here. So int num1, int space num1 space semicolon. So here what is the meaning of this line? num1 is a variable that belongs to integer data type. Can you understand, students? So first of all, they have specified the data type, then space is given, then variable name should be given. So for that example, they have given int space num1 semicolon. So num1 is a variable that belongs to integer data type. Now, and another question will arise. Sir, if I want to declare one or more variable of the same data type, then how can I specify? Just declaring one variable is not enough for me. I want to declare more than one variable. Then how can I do that? So to declare more than one variable which are of the same data type, when all the variables belong to the same data type, using a single statement, it can be declared. So whenever one or more variables belong to same data type, then how can I declare? So we can declare in single statement by using the operator called comma. By using the operator called comma. So important one mark, you note it down. So how to give that one or more variables of same data type in single statement. See here the example is given. Example, int space num1 comma num2 comma sum. So from this example you can understand that one variable can be, not only one variable can be declared in single statement, one or more variables of the same data type, but it should be of same data type. That is a very important thing. You want to note it down. One or more variables of the same data type can be declared in one single statement by using the operator called comma. So int num1 comma num2 comma sum. Now let us take another example. For example, to store your computer science mark first, you should declare a variable to hold your marks with the suitable data type. So if I want to store my computer science mark in one variable, then what shall I do? First of all, you want to declare one variable to hold your marks. So that variable should be specified a particular data type. It may be integer or it may be float. So based on your marks, if the mark is a whole number, then you can declare it as integer. If your mark is a fractional number, then you want to declare it as float. So to store your computer science mark, first of all you should declare a variable, and then that variable should hold your marks with the suitable data type. So that variable should hold your marks. For that you want to declare the variable with the suitable data type. Then choosing an appropriate data type needs more knowledge and experience. So we want to have some knowledge. Why? Because we want to know about data type. Without knowing data type, we cannot store the marks. Without knowing data type, we are not able to store the marks. So we should know what is data type. What are the different data types are there. So we should have some knowledge. Usually marks are represented in whole numbers. So first itself I told you. So sometimes if your mark is a whole number, then there is no problem. Sir, there is no fractional marks. There is no fractional numbers in my marks. So we can give it as integer, no problem. Usually marks are represented as whole numbers. Thus the variable for storing the computer science mark should be of integer data type. Now see the example how they are given. Int computer underscore science underscore marks. So now computer underscore marks is a one variable that is used to store the whole number, that is used to store the mark of computer science subject, and then that mark should be a whole number. It should not be a fractional number, it should be a whole number. Right? So can you understand, students? So I think you might have understood this video. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.